Hey Chiefs Kingdom, big news today, something huge just dropped, and you're going to want to hear this. We've got the inside scoop on the Kansas City Chiefs' plans for the 2025 NFL Draft, and trust me, it's a game changer. The big question on everyone's mind has been about the offensive line. We've all seen the importance of protecting Patrick Mahomes. He's our guy, right? And now it looks like the Chiefs are making it their top priority. According to a leaked report from ESPN, the Chiefs are seriously eyeing the left tackle position. And this time, it's not just about adding a body, it's about making sure that line is strong, deep, and ready to keep Mahomes safe for years to come. In free agency, the Chiefs signed Jalen Moore. A solid move, no doubt, but there's a lot of uncertainty about whether he can truly step up and secure that left tackle spot. Sure, Moore has played in the NFL, but only 12 games over the last 4 seasons with the 49ers. That's a lot of unknowns when you're talking about a position as crucial as left tackle. And while we're optimistic, there's still a lot of work to do. The Chiefs know this, and it seems they've got a backup plan ready. They're looking at ways to ensure depth and flexibility on the offensive line, which is something we all agree on, right? Protecting Mahomes has to be the priority. But here's the real kicker. The Chiefs could be targeting an offensive tackle with their first-round pick. They're not just settling, they're looking to make sure they get it right. That's the kind of commitment we want to see. So, let me ask you, Chiefs fan, do you agree that protecting Mahomes should be the team's #1 focus in this draft? If so, hit that like button and drop Protect Mahomes in the comments. Also, if you're all in for the Chiefs, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 4,000 subscribers, and every bit of support counts. Let's keep this kingdom growing. Now stay tuned, because we're about to dive into who the Chiefs could be eyeing with that 31st pick. And trust me, it's someone who could really shake things up. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, here we go. We've talked about protecting Mahomes, but now let's talk about who could be the guy to do just that. There's one name that's been popping up more and more as a potential pick for the Chiefs, and that name is Josh Simmons. Now, if you haven't heard of him yet, let me fill you in. Simmons is an offensive tackle who started his college career at San Diego State before transferring to Ohio State, and his stock has been rising fast. The Chiefs are eyeing him with their 31st pick in the draft, and you can see why. He's a monster on the line. His size, his strength, and his overall technique have made scouts sit up and take notice. What's most impressive about Simmons is his versatility. He's not just a one-dimensional player. He's played both tackle spots and shown a natural ability to adapt. His blend of size, standing at 6'6" and weighing over 320 pounds, and athleticism gives him the kind of upside that could make him a day-one starter in the NFL. And if you're a Chiefs fan, you know that kind of potential is exactly what we need to help solidify that offensive line for the long run. But here's where things get interesting. There's a bit of a health risk involved. Simmons had a minor pectoral injury that kept him from fully showcasing his talents at the Combine, which might scare some teams off. But here's the thing. When he was on the field, Simmons was almost untouchable. He allowed 0 sacks and only gave up 1 hurry in his final season. His tape speaks for itself, and if the injury is just a minor hiccup, the Chiefs could be getting a guy who would normally be a top 15 pick in the draft. Now I've got to ask you, Chiefs Kingdom, would you take a chance on Josh Simmons with the 31st pick, knowing there's some injury risk? Drop an S for yes or an N for no in the comments, and tell me why. As our honorary GM for today, your opinion matters a lot around here. Before we jump into the next chapter, think about it. If the Chiefs take Simmons, they could be getting a huge steal in the first round, but how would they fit him into the mix? That's what we're going to discuss next. All right, now that we've talked about Josh Simmons and what he could bring to the Chiefs, the next question is, how does he fit into the mix with the other guys on the offensive line? Because let's be real, we're not just talking about Simmons coming in and taking over immediately. There's more to it. We've already got some solid pieces in place like Jawan Taylor and Jalen Moore. Taylor, who's coming over from Jacksonville, is expected to be a big addition to the right tackle spot. But with Simmons potentially coming into the fold, we've got some options for how we can make this offensive line one of the best in the league. And that's where the versatility comes in. The Chiefs have always been good about adapting to the best possible lineup, and that's exactly what could happen here. Simmons isn't just a left tackle. He can play both tackle spots, and he's proven that. So even though we've got Taylor as the likely right tackle, we could see a scenario where Simmons slides into the left tackle spot and Moore shifts inside to guard. This kind of fluidity could give the Chiefs a massive advantage in the trenches, especially when you're dealing with high-powered defenses that are coming after Mahomes. Let's take a look at the numbers. Simmons allowed 0 sacks in his final season, and he only gave up 1 hurry. Those are numbers you can't ignore. Meanwhile, Moore, who was brought in as a potential developmental guy, still has a lot of questions to answer when it comes to being a consistent starter. And let's not forget, Moore is capable of shifting around too. There's a chance he could end up at guard, especially if Simmons comes in and locks down a tackle spot. So, what's the best line for the Chiefs? Is it Taylor, Simmons, and Moore, or do we mix things up? And what about the depth we'll need in case of injuries? This is where things start to get really interesting for the Chiefs' future. Before I go on to the next chapter, I want to hear from you. What's your ideal starting line for the Chiefs if Simmons is drafted? Drop your thoughts in the comments. All right, now that we've covered the offensive line, let's shift gears a bit and talk about what could be coming on day 2 of the draft. The Chiefs have done a fantastic job in recent years of building depth and quality at key positions, and running back could be the next area to look at. We all know how valuable a strong, dynamic backfield is in today's NFL, and with Isaiah Pacheco's future uncertain, whether due to contract situations or just the wear and tear of being an NFL back, the Chiefs are looking at a deep running back class for the 2025 draft. The good news is, the RB class this year is absolutely loaded with talent. So, who could the Chiefs be eyeing to add to the backfield? One name that's been getting a lot of buzz is Quinshon Judkins from Ole Miss. This guy is an absolute workhorse, capable of being a 3-down back with the speed and vision to complement the Chiefs' high-octane offense. Then there's Trevor Etienne from Florida, who has explosive speed and could offer that big play potential we love to see at Arrowhead. But don't sleep on guys like Dylan Sampson, Caleb Johnson, or even R.J. Harvey, all of whom have the traits the Chiefs typically target: quick, versatile, and ready to make an immediate impact. The big question, of course, is whether the Chiefs feel it's necessary to spend a second-round pick on a running back. We know how they like to value running backs, looking for affordable, productive options that don't break the bank. But with Pacheco possibly nearing the end of his rookie contract, the Chiefs could be thinking ahead, aiming to find a back who can make an immediate impact in the offense and keep that position group fresh and dynamic. Now, I want to know what you think. Who's your top choice to land in Kansas City? Drop the name of the running back you think has the best fit for the Chiefs in the comments. And hey, if you're liking what you're hearing, share the video with your fellow Chiefs fans so we can get even more opinions. So, as we wrap up this discussion, let's come back to the big picture. The Chiefs are obviously focused on one thing in this draft: protecting Patrick Mahomes and ensuring this high-powered offense continues to thrive. Whether it's drafting a versatile offensive lineman like Josh Simmons or bolstering the backfield with a talented running back, the plan is clear: keep Mahomes healthy and keep the offense rolling. And let's not forget the strategic advantage this draft gives the Chiefs. By securing another strong piece on the line or in the backfield, they're not only setting up for the 2025 season, they're ensuring the team stays competitive for years to come. Mahomes doesn't just need weapons, he needs a wall in front of him to give him time to make those magic throws we all love. But enough about the draft. Let's get into a little competition. As you know, the AFC West is a tight race, and we're in a bit of a subscriber battle with some of our rivals, those pesky Broncos and Raiders fans. Chiefs Kingdom, we need your help. We're behind in the race for subscribers, but we know we can catch up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and let's show these other AFC West teams that Chiefs fans are the most dedicated, the most engaged, and the most passionate in the league. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. Chiefs Kingdom. Together we can do it. Keep the conversation going in the comments. What's your take on the draft, and which players do you think should be targeted on day 1 or 2? Let's keep it rolling as we move forward to another exciting season.